What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's a help a brother out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Y'all say that when y'all go and put on all this makeup.
It's not for y'all. Let me tell you something.
I feel like it's partially for us and it's partially for other women. But to say it's just for yourself, I feel like y'all telling some bald-faced ass lies.
It's not even crazy shit. It's just like most days, girls feel like they don't be feeling like themselves, like they talk to yourself. So dressing up and doing your makeup, that's for you. It's not for a man. It's not for your friends. It's not for other girls. It's for you to make you feel.
Let me ask you a real question. Let me see if you're going to keep it real with a boss. Okay. Do you ever wake up in the morning knowing you're going to stay at home all day and put on makeup that day?
Yes, I do.
Get the funness shit.
Yes, I do.
What, man?
Yes, I do.
What?
I do.
That's like me about to go get in my bed at night, right? To go to sleep. That's like me putting on a condom, like, I ain't gonna use it, but it just makes me feel better.
This is why it's tough for men to have conversations with women sometimes. When we start getting to the bottom of it and we start asking questions where we want genuine answers, sometimes the answers seem so disingenuous. Like, you're not wearing makeup because it makes you feel better. You're wearing makeup because you want male attention and validation, and the male attention and validation in turn makes you feel better. Let's just be honest. I actually believe that she's done her makeup without leaving the house before, but that's only because to get male validation, women don't have to leave the house. All you gotta do is take a couple pictures in your bathroom and put them up on Instagram. He should have asked, when you're walking around the house on a normal day, do you also wear heels? Because women will say that they dress up for themselves and not for the attention of men. But when I'm in Minnesota and it's -2 degrees and I see women waiting in line for the club and they're shivering, I have a hard time believing they're doing it for peak comfort. People have to understand that this stuff is like an accelerated evolution, and we're kind of in an experiment because we don't really know what social media is. Instagram kind of really started getting popular in 2011, and in just 10 years, I see major differences in the way humans interact, especially in the dating market. I want y'all to think of it like this. Imagine being 18 years old and thinking you know everything, because that's every single 18-year-old on the planet. As a man, you get thrown into the fire. At 18, nobody cares about a man. They will watch you starve and die on the side of the road. You have to figure it out for yourself. Through figuring it out, you find out that you weren't right about everything and you fall in line. But as a woman, you wake up every single day to 20 messages telling you you're beautiful, you're perfect, you're amazing, you can do no wrong. And that's without you having to put forth any effort or do anything for society. It's human nature that if you see that every single day without putting forth any effort into the world, eventually you're going to start to build an ego. Literally just 30 years ago, for a woman to get half of that attention, you'd actually have to make an effort. You'd have to put on an outfit. You'd have to be active in your community. You'd have to socialize and develop the skills that people actually like in a human being. Not only that, but social media has made the dating market go from communal to global. A woman in Vermont could get flown out by some Arabian prince in Dubai. If you add all of that together, an infinite pool of men to pick from. Makeup, the ability for an average woman to appear to be above average. Infinite validation for doing absolutely nothing for your community or society. There's no wonder why average women think that they're better than average men.
I love getting older, but here's the one thing that sucks about being an adult. It just sucks about getting older. And truthfully, I age like fine wine. Like, I love being older. I have more experiences, more knowledge, and honestly, I feel like I'm Benjamin Button. I just get hotter. But here's the one thing that sucks. It's your friends. It's your friends, and it's not because you don't love them. It's because they all get married, and they all start having babies. And they have less time for you. I just FaceTimed 5 of my friends. 5 of them, count them, 5. And none of them answered. And sure, you know what? I have tape all over me because I just got 6 new tattoos tonight. Sure, that's what I'm doing with my time, opposed to thinking about maybe where I'd put my child in elementary school. But that's not the conversation I want tonight. All I want is for you to still be my friend. And now they don't have time for you. The older you get, the less time your friends have for you. And that's the hardest part about getting older.
Who would have ever thought that 45-year-old women with husbands and responsibilities don't want to sit around with their single friends and drink wine all day? And that's why I try to tell people 45 to 75 gets real lonely if you don't have a family. And Jordan Peterson made this point, but he's absolutely right. Most adults have 3 things that give them fulfillment: a career, a family, and an intimate relationship. If you don't have an intimate relationship and you don't have family, that career better be very important. And let's just be completely honest. Most people don't have careers. They have jobs. You're not going to find fulfillment like folding pants at the Banana Republic. If she's actually in her 40s, she doesn't look that bad, but by the age of 52, all of that male attention is going to be gone, and then what are you going to do? It's going to sit around and wait to die?
One of the big arguments or comments that I've seen is that women are picking really, really good looking guys, and they're not giving guys who are not as attractive a chance. Yeah. When it comes to dating apps, I do think that women tend to be pickier because it's this whole, you know what it's like. We're all on our phones all the time and we're swiping right, swiping left. We're not reading things. We're just moving a mile a minute. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's the way things are now, unfortunately. I don't think it's a good thing, but it's just the way things are. And I think I was just really sad because all these men who've been commenting are like, there's no hope for me and blah, it's over. So I was just watching this TikTok video and it was talking about how the top 20% of men on dating apps, like the most attractive men on dating apps, like the top 20% match with the top 80% of women. So that means that they're just swiping right and just like, okay, now if you're an attractive woman and you're like in the top 20% of attractiveness on these dating apps, then you're probably only matching with that 20% of men. Yeah. And that 20% of men, well, they're picking from 80% of the dating app and they ain't looking to settle down. I don't think I'm mad hearing that statistic, but it's definitely disheartening. And I'm not sitting here being like, oh, woe is me. I'm so hot. And I can't get anybody. I just think all of us just have way too much access now. The hot guys are guys, and so they want to F everything, so they're just swiping on everything, and they're matching with 80%. The hot women are, just forced to see in this photo of these guys and aren't being able to get to know them on a deeper level and, actually get to know them as a person. I just, can it be the 90s again and, someone can just come up to me in a grocery store and give me their number and then, leave a nice, voicemail on my answering machine? It's too much to ask.
During the video in text, it says dating apps are ruining us, and I agree with that to a certain extent. Obviously, when you make picking a long-term partner easier than getting a pizza from Domino's, then yeah, you're gonna run into some trouble. But I don't necessarily believe that it's ruining us. I think it's just giving us evidence for things that we already knew. Because men communicate straightforward. Historically speaking, we've been pretty honest about what we want in women. Women have always took the high road, though. If you ask a woman what she wants, to make it seem like she's a better person, she's gonna say, oh, looks don't matter, height doesn't matter, I only care about the personality. Fast forward to 2021, now we actually have empirical data that shows that women are just as shallow as men, if not even more. Top 10% of men on these dating apps get 60% of all of the female likes, while the bottom 50% of men get 4% of all of the female likes. I don't think it's because of their stunning personalities. 30% of men are sexually inactive during the most important time from 18 to 30 years old. With 30% of men being sexually inactive and the top 10% of men getting 60% of all of the female attention, it appears that we're moving closer to something similar to polygamy. The problem with polygamy is this. Say I'm the chief of a tribe. There's 100 people in the tribe, 50 men, 50 women. And because I'm the chief, I take all 50 women for myself. What incentive then do the men have to go out and hunt? What incentive do they have to be productive? What incentive do they have to go and fight in wars in order to protect the community? They have no incentive because they have nothing invested into that community. And this is what we're seeing in America today. More men are displaying antisocial behavior. More men are deciding to end themselves. Less men are going to college. Less men are deciding to join the military. And I know that sounds good for feminists that want women in more positions of power, but y'all have to understand, regardless of what y'all believe, the statistics show that men do most of the important jobs that keep the country running. And if 30% of those men decided they don't want to do those jobs anymore because they have nothing invested into society, there's not going to be much of a society left to govern. Men are quitting out because they're starting to understand, why go and be productive at a job every single day when I don't have a family to provide for? Why go fight in some war when I don't have a family to defend? When China comes a knocking, when Russia comes a knocking, who do you want to answer the door? Do you want it to be soccer moms and Dodge Caravans? Or do you want it to be men that are willing to die to protect their families? Till next time.
my boo, my boo. I'm just here for the rendezvous. And I came with the whole damn crew. Cause I've been feeling like you want me to. You say stop saying I'm so I can't help myself when I pull up.